Imagine two people standing in the same bank. Both are wealthy. Both are smart. Both have worked their entire lives to build what they own. One walks out relieved. The other walks out powerful. The difference? One paid cash. The other took on debt. And only one of them understands how money actually works. From childhood, you were trained to fear one word: debt. Teachers warned you. Parents warned you. Financial advisors repeated it. Debt is dangerous. Debt will trap you. Debt will ruin your life. And for most people, that advice is correct. But here's the uncomfortable truth. The wealthy follow a completely different rulebook. And the moment you understand that rulebook, your entire view of money changes. Debt is not good or bad. Debt is a tool, just like fire. Fire can cook your food or burn your house down. The outcome depends on control and purpose. The wealthy divide debt into two categories: bad debt, consumer debt. This is the debt that buys things that lose value, produces no income, comes from emotion, not math. Examples: cars, phones, TVs, vacations, lifestyle upgrades. You borrow, gives asset, depreciates, gives payment, remains. You get poorer every month. This debt enslaves. Good debt, asset, debt. This is the debt that buys things that make money, produces cash flow, grows or appreciates over time. Examples: rental properties, businesses, productive land, cash-flowing assets. You borrow, gives asset, produces income, gives debt, pays itself. You get richer every month. This debt works for you. Time to take the example of two investors from the same country, same tax laws, same returns. Investor A, Adam. Investor B, Sarah. Both start with $30 million invested. Both earn 10% annually. That's $3 million in gains. Tax bill, $3 million. What Adam does? Adam sells $3 million of assets. Why? That's what he was taught. Pay taxes. Be safe. Now, portfolio $27 million. Less compounding power forever.
Nice.
He solved today's problem by hurting tomorrow. What Sarah does? Sarah does not sell anything. Instead, she goes to a private bank, uses her portfolio as collateral, takes a secured loan of $3 million. Interest rate: 4 to 5%. She pays taxes with borrowed money. Her assets, still fully invested, still compounding, still growing at 10%. Why this works? Inflation explained simply. Here's what most people miss. Inflation silently destroys cash. If inflation is 4%, your money loses value every year, even while sitting safely. But debt,
At fixed rate, debt gets cheaper.
if Sarah borrows at 5%, that 5% is locked. Inflation rises. Her future dollars are worth less. She repays the loan with cheaper money. Inflation becomes her ally. This is not a theory. This is an economic fact. Leverage the accelerator. Leverage means using other people's money to control assets. Example: you invest $200,000, borrow $800,000, buy a $1 million asset. If the asset grows 10%, asset gains $100,000. Your cash investment was only $200,000. That's a 50% return on equity. This is how wealth compounds faster. The rules the rich never break. The wealthy are not reckless. They follow strict rules. Cash flow must cover debt. Fixed interest whenever possible. Margin of safety. Long-term horizon. Never borrow for ego. If numbers don't work, they walk away. Discipline is the difference. How real estate empires are built. This is how it works in real life. Buy the first property with leverage. Property produces income. Income pays the loan. Property appreciates. Equity grows. You refinance or borrow against equity. Buy a second property now. 2 assets. 2 income streams. Same original capital. Repeat for 10 to 20 years. This is not gambling. This is systemized ownership. Why the rich pay less taxes legally? This part makes people uncomfortable. Employees earn a salary. Pay tax immediately. Invest leftovers. Pay tax again, owners. Assets appreciate. No tax until sold. Borrow against assets. Loans are not income. No income tax. This is written into tax law, not a loophole. A design. The real risk is doing nothing. Holding cash feels safe. But cash loses value. produces nothing, gets taxed repeatedly. Inflation is a hidden tax. The biggest risk isn't debt. The biggest risk is falling behind quietly. Debt is not a chain. Debt is a lever. Used emotionally gives it traps you. Used strategically gives it frees you. The question is not, should I borrow? The question is, does this debt build assets or consume them? If this changed how you see money, you're just getting started. Understanding debt is only the first layer. Next comes ownership, cash flow, tax strategy, capital control. Subscribe to this channel, because once you see how the system actually works, you can't unsee it. And the people who understand the system are the ones who win.